turn our attention to the NFL draft that will be here in a couple of weeks. The first round of the draft, Thursday, April 29th, but there is a ton of stuff going on for fans in downtown Cleveland the night of the draft, and we welcome in Nicki Ewell, who is the Director of Events for the NFL. Nicki, tell us a little bit about the draft, the planning that goes on, and what you want Browns fans and NFL fans to experience at this draft coming up.
Sure. So I guess it's been since 2015 when we were in Chicago when we took the draft on the road and made it just more accessible to all fans. So we have the draft experience coming to Cleveland outside First Energy Stadium, opening at noon on April 29th, which is day one of the draft. So we're open for 3 days. It's our football fan fest. It's a lot of the assets and programming that we traditionally have in a Super Bowl city that we brought on the road to the draft. So really excited. A lot of the activations that we've had in Super Bowl cities, like the Vince Lombardi Trophy, our full collection of Super Bowl rings, interactive games, concessions. That's a great taste of Cleveland, and really excited to actually get on the ground in First Energy Stadium. Fans can kick a field goal. There's going to be youth clinics on the field. So working very, very closely with the Browns groundskeepers and staying on his good side. So we keep that field pristine for the 2021 season, but excited to get on the ground.
Now, how do fans get tickets? And there's an app that's gone. So take us through, if I'm a fan here in Cleveland, how do I get to experience this draft fan fest, if you will, and all the things that the NFL is bringing here?
Sure. So different from previous years because of COVID, we have, of course, capacity restrictions, and we're working very closely with the CDC and the city of Cleveland and the state of Ohio to make sure that we're presenting a very safe and healthy event. So we have our companion app to our live event, which is called the NFL One Pass app, and it's in the App Store now. And you could download the app and you can reserve tickets to the draft experience. So fans can register up to 2 adults and up to 5 minors for reservations to the draft. We went on sale yesterday. Of course, they're free tickets. So they were made available yesterday. A lot of the sessions are already taken and we're at capacity, but there are going to be other sessions that are made available and more inventory that's going to be made available in the coming weeks. We want to make sure that as many fans as possible can access the draft experience. So we'll make sure that everyone knows when we're dropping more inventory. And again, of course, we're working very closely with the CDC to make sure that we bring and produce a very healthy and safe event.
Nicki Ewell, NFL Director of Events. When we look at some of the renderings, one of the things that the draft has done is it really showcases the city and some of the good things about the city. You have the lakefront. Take me through the thought process behind where it is, what it looks like, and how excited you are to see what it looks like when they finally get this built and ready to go.
Yeah, I think when we're deciding on where we plot that big main stage, that draft theater, that really should take in the city and be iconic and take in the skyline and really give viewers at home a sense of place and really want to celebrate the city. So we've done that in Chicago and Philly and Dallas, of course, in Nashville when we were on Broadway. So it's really on taking on that flavor of the city and really leaning into that Browns fan base. So we're excited. The dog pound will be there in full effect, no doubt. So really the landscape will be, as you mentioned, the lake will be the backdrop of the draft theater. And then we're going to use that surrounding parking lots and green space around First Energy Stadium to program some of the activations. And again, we're also using First Energy Stadium proper for viewing of the draft, as well as on field for kicking a field goal, for clinics, play 60 zone. So that's really the landscape of what we're looking at. And from a health and safety perspective, I would want to reinforce that all the learnings and successes and wins we had in Tampa are going to be put forth here in Cleveland. So face coverings will be required for all fans 2 and over. Physical distancing will be in effect, and capacity limitations will also be something that we'll put forth. We'll have fan safety managers there, gently reminding people to keep their mask up. Food and beverage zones were created so that fans can safely take their mask down to have a cold Pepsi or a cold Bud Light and have some great food. But the mask and the face covering requirement is something that has been really critical to our success, and we know we're going to have great compliance in Cleveland.
When you look at bringing an event like this, and you mentioned there's a lot of the activation that use it as Super Bowl, age range, so there's really something for everybody at this event, correct?
Yeah, I mean, certainly for our youngest fans, we have our Play 60 zone in the clinic. We're partnering with our friends, of course, in Canton at the Pro Football Hall of Fame to bring over some of their iconic busts that will have a display there. So anybody who cares about the history of the NFL, you certainly can get a taste of that. We have interactive games. You can kick a field goal on field at First Energy. So something for everybody, something for every age group. We are going to have chalk talks with some Browns legends and current players. No autograph signings, unfortunately, due to COVID, but we will have some virtual offerings for autographs in the OnePass app.
Obviously COVID made this a challenge. You had the virtual draft last year. How excited are you to have Roger Goodell on stage with some of the people and limited fans and kind of going back to normal where you get the full effect of fans going crazy at the NFL draft experience?
Yeah, this is one of our, I think, most exciting events. This is the season for which every team has a shot at the Lombardi Trophy. All the hope that goes into the season certainly is this crescendo of the NFL draft. So we're excited, and we know we're the company and the league, and we have the great partners in place with the city of Cleveland and the state of Ohio and our partners that produce this event, C3 Presents. They're on the ground already building, so you might see some cranes coming in today, a lot of semis coming in with all the materials to build the draft theater. So we're excited to be on the ground. We're happy to be producing events again. We had great success in Tampa. We're hoping we have some great sunshine in Cleveland for 3 days of the draft.
Nicki Ewell, the Director of NFL Events Planning, appreciate the time and the insight. Can't wait to see what you create on the lakefront for this draft. Thanks very much, Nicki. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.